Hello everybody, welcome back to my third video. Thank you for watching. We had just completed episode 1 in the previous video, and now I've got a few other things I want to show you here. The first thing is, once you do start your game and get up to a certain point, you're going to get this little offer here. It's for real money, so if you want to pay the $20, you can get 400 bottles, 10 guilds, we'll talk about guilds later, 800 souls, level 3 on your VIP, and this hero called Whisper. It's really not worth it to me. If you're going to spend money on this game, I would say that you should spend it on other things later. So we're just going to skip over this and not do this currently. It'll stay up there for a little while until you get up through a certain level, and then it'll go away. So just kind of ignore that for now. And then in our last video we talked about going through and doing an episode, which our guy is gone, Grimbolt, since the episode is over with. Here in a few we'll do the second episode, and then we'll have a permanent guy that'll be between Abe and your avatar. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and upgrade some of our guys. Oh, look at that. That guy is beating us, so we're going to want to click through these guys, get some more gold, and then increase our DPS. Can you even do the episode yet? No. So while this is gaining gold, let's go ahead and talk about quests. We'll call this the quests section. So every 8 hours, you'll be able to get a new set of quests, okay? So each quest, set of quests, have 9 different individual quests that you're going to want to do. We're not going to be able to complete all of these because of these two down here. Well, we'll try maybe. But that will be getting into another issue for clans. So here, your first one is to defeat a certain number of enemies, so 100 total enemies by just doing progression. Next one is beating a certain number of bosses, so beat 10 bosses in your progression or in your episodes. That's where I got ours. Then a certain number of clicks, so clicking 100 times gets you this one. This is by upgrading your heroes from level 1 to whatever. So we've already upgraded our heroes 250 times in this session. This one is going to be very key later on. This is defeating the daily boss. I will create a separate episode about doing this daily boss defeating thing. But for now, I don't even know if we can. Yeah, see, we don't even have the option to do daily bosses right now, so we can't complete that quest either. This one we already completed in the previous video. It's for using a time travel method. There are multiple ways to do that. You can either do it through using 10 bottles, and so one time travel gets you 10 bottles, but you get a bonus of 20 back, so this covers the cost of getting those. The best way to keep this is through using your watch ads, though, because then you're not spending any bottles and you get the full bonus instead of just double. This one is getting shard packs. So there are shard packs. The shard packs are, some of them are good, some of them are terrible, but you don't want to use these shard packs very often. So first of all, the one for the 40, we're going to go ahead and do that. You can see we have 203 bottles right now, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the 40 pack, because that's what the quest is for. We click OK, and then we open all packs. These are the different shards you can get. There are various different heroes that you can get from it. These guys are pretty simple to get shards for, so spending a lot of bottles on this is not recommended at all, because it's not worth it. And so once we're done with that, we'll go back into our quests, and you can see here that we get our 40 bottles back. That's the only reason to do that shard pack, is because you get your 40 bottles back. So we're going to get those. These ones, these two, this is upgrading any science in your clan 5 times. We're not in a clan, so we can't do that. The other one is get a certain number of science points. Every time you upgrade your science in your clan, you get whatever points are available. So this wants you to get 1,000 points. We can't do that either because yet we're still not in a clan. We'll get to a clan, but that'll be in a later video. So we'll go back and see how we're doing here with our gold collecting. Fill this chest and then we'll see how far we got. Alright, let's see, can I upgrade anybody? Not yet. I'll upgrade Eno, she's one away. So I need 500,000 to get her, and then maybe we can beat the boss. Yep. There we go. So now she doubled to 200 or 20,000. Let's see if we can beat this boss now. Yep, we'll be able to get him. So the goal of this video is going to be to show you the compass, also known as the map, and some of the things that are involved with the map. But while I was at it, I thought I'd show you the quest. We'll do a more detailed one for quests later. So here's our map. Now, what I wanted to show you is something that I found from the last one. We got this little thing off to the side. Kind of odd, right? We got all of our level of stuff here. But we've got this random little gold thing with a gem in the middle. So what is this? Well, let's find out. This is a cave. So we click on this cave, and then it starts us with 5 kills per level, and I think it's only going to do 3 levels. We'll find out. But as you can see, my guys are high enough that I'm just killing through these, like without even having to see what they are or their HP. It just instantly slaughters them. Looks like it's going to be 5 levels, so because we're already on 4. And then the 5th one here is our boss, and so she dies. And then we have this thing up here that says next. Okay, well, let's go next, see what happens. We click the next button, and oh, well, that really didn't do a whole lot for us, did it? Well, we can see here that that little cave disappeared, and now we have a cave up here. Interesting. So let's see if this benefited us in any way. Let's click on this. Artifacts. Look at that. Artifacts are really good. So these artifacts here, this strong crossbow and this ancient fiery axe, actually came from episode 1. Okay? This mystic compass one, I think a couple of these came from episode 1. I think that was the mystic compass and this fiery axe. The strong crossbow, I think, is what we got from our last cave that we just did. So you can see, increases your hit damage by 150, imbues all of your travelers with the power of fire, which, as we talked about in the previous video, is great for all of those ice creatures. And then this mystic compass, I don't really know what that does, but we have it. So now, if we go back in here and we scroll down a little bit, we'll go ahead and do this second cave, right? And we're still beating these real fast, but now you can actually see their HP because it takes more than like a fraction of a second to like kill them. So we'll just go through this. We'll have 5 levels. Real quick, I'll just do some clicking. Maybe I'll speed it up a bit. And you can notice that it went from 5 each, now we're back up to 10. See, now it's getting harder. Oh, well, this is a boss. Never mind. No wonder I was confused in the last one. So the last one had 5 levels, but it had 5 creatures each. This one only has 3 levels, and the first 2 had 10 each before we got to the boss. So that's kind of why I was confused. I thought it was 3 per, well, I guess the first one was 5, and this one was 3. So if we click next again, we go back to the level that we're at. So we'll go check out our map again. And right now, we don't have any more of those because we haven't progressed past the next level bonus, but we'll get to that. So let's go back here and check out our artifacts now. Ooh, look at this. We got this new one called Mecha. Increases our damage per second by 50%. Alright, sweet. So this is hit damage, that means clicking damage. This is DPS, that's the automatic damage. Alright, so every time we do one of those caves, we're going to get a new special artifact for now. Later on, we'll be able to purchase other artifacts, and we'll do a special section on that too. While I'm here, looky here, last video we had no souls available, now we have 2. So if we were to do a dark ritual right now, we would get 2 souls. Yeah, it doesn't sound like much, and it really isn't much now, but as we progress through the game, we will get a lot more souls. How do you get souls? Great question. So here we're clicking these guys and we're killing these guys. Let's get through this, and then so on the first guy of each new level, sometimes they have a little swirly blue thing here. That means they're what's known as a specter, and they will give you souls if you kill it. Okay? And it starts out low like in any game, but eventually it gets to be a lot. So let's see what we've got here. Let's upgrade. I'm going to switch this back to next just for now. Again, late game you don't want to do any of this, but I don't want to waste any of our gold. Like Griswold, see if we're at 57 there, and his next milestone is 50. And so we kind of want to save our gold for getting characters like Garrick. We can get him up next. So if we went next to him, we get more DPS. And so we only want to do next right now, but when you get to a little bit later in the game, you don't want to do next at all. You always want to do max. So we're going to go ahead, get back in here and earn some more. And some more gold, level up our characters. Get to the next section on the map. For the next cave, I should say. I believe there's 6 total caves that you can get artifacts from. And I think when you get to level 40, then that's the last one. Let's see what we got here. Upgrade this guy, so now we're at 196,000 damage. He'll help Griswold, who's at 294, and Tom. So now you can see clicking is going to help this, but it's as you level them, more DPS means you get to kill these things quicker. We're almost to level 30 here. Looks like we'll have a boss. And then we'll check our map again and see if we get another cave. Oh, so you can go up to 25 on him. Now he's at 980,000, which is far surpassing any of our other people. So here's our boss. Gotta kill him before the timer runs out. Don't think we're gonna make it because I wasn't clicking in time. Never know. So the one thing about this is you do have critical hits. Right now you can see the yellow ones, those are just clicks, and then there are red ones that pop up that are critical hits. And so later on you can get bonuses to your crit. Alright, so let's check this. Oh, look, this is another super important thing. So you have the caves that give you the artifacts that we talked about, and we're already out of those. This one's a different cave. This is a bottle cave. So you get these bottle caves, and this little magic demon pops up, and as you attack, every click you do, you can see his shield goes down right here for every click. I don't think we'll be able to beat him right now, but the more you do, well, maybe, the more you click and the less shield he has, then the more damage you can do from your clicking. So if we get them down to 0, then kill him a little bit faster, but it's not going to work. So what I'm going to show you next is they're going to start over. I'm going to click this little button here. See, here's two little things that are going to be very beneficial. We'll click on the question mark just so we can read through them. The first one is the arrow shower. You get that for having your avatar, okay? So when you're at level 25 with your avatar, this unlocks. It automatically performs clicks for you so that you don't have to have your finger hurting per second, 10 clicks per second for 30 seconds, and then you have a 10-minute cooldown. So as I mentioned in previous video, Ina, Hawkeye, at level 75 gets this Warkai, 100% DPS for 30 seconds. Now, the thing about this is you can actually use these in 3 different sections. You can use them in these caves, you can use them while you're leveling, down here, and then you can also use them in PvP arena fights, which we can't do yet because we're not in a clan. Here's that daily boss thing I was talking about earlier. We'll get back to that later. So we'll go ahead and we'll go back into here and I'll show you how it works. Start off with fresh 30 seconds. We'll make those go. You can see all the clickings going on, automatically rolling that down. Excuse me. And so if I add my clicking into their clicking, you can see that it's going to go super, super fast, and then we kill it. Now, that gives us 3 magic bottles, which is great. Later on, it's 5 magic bottles per one we kill. So you're going to want to do all of these caves. These caves do last all the way up to level 1500, so you can get a lot of good bottles from that. But I think it's like every 5 or 10 levels that you get a cave. Alright, so we're going to go back. We'll go down here a little bit. One of the things that I will mention to you about this is this here. This is clicking 12 times in 1 second. This one is 14 times in 1 second. And as you go up, it gets to 24 times and 30 times. So if you're a fast clicker, you can get these little bonuses, which is nice. I'm going to go back here now to this boss. Let's see. Griswold will go up, Garrett will go up. Let's see what Needles gives us, 600,000. That's good. So maybe we can beat this boss now. We get lucky and get a crit. Let's see. Oh, we got him. Alright. So we're past that. Now let's go back over here and see if we get another cave yet. Nope. No cave yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep practicing, or I'm going to keep upgrading my heroes so that we can get higher. Let's see. Let's upgrade Smacky Pants there so that we can get more clicking power. And then Angel Eyes Stan. We'll talk later about these heroes and what you can do with them, and how you can get rid of some of them, and how you can keep some of them to help you with other various parts of this game. But I kind of want to just...
Congratulations, Skippy. You've got mail.
Get some more coins before I end this video. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here because I showed you a couple of the different things that I wanted to. In the next video, hopefully we'll be up a little bit further. and we'll have the other couple artifacts, and I can show you those and what they do for you. And in the meantime, that's a little brief bit about the map and some of the things you can get on there. One of the other things that you will be getting here sometime, I don't know what level it starts at, but there's a third type of cave. Oh, look at that. So let's click on that since we're there. And we're going to kill these guys off, and we're going to get our next artifact. But there is a third type of cave. It's a gold cave. Eventually they are pretty useless, so it's really up to you whether or not you get them or not. They could help you early game. I never really did until they were practically not worth it anymore, but it might be something to do as we go through these tutorials. Perhaps I can figure out whether it will be helpful as you progress. So let's see here. Let's go hire Geld. Actually, before we hire Geld, let's do needles so that we can get lots more DPS. See how quickly it's going now. So the farther you get, the more gold you get, the more heroes you can get, and the higher DPS they do. But don't forget, we're going to go back and do Ina here later with the daily boss. But we'll deal with that after a bit. For now, through normal progression, we are going to just go ahead and keep getting these guys so that we can get through these caves and stuff. Let's see how tough this boss is. It's pretty tough. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through him without getting an upgrade. Nope. Alright, so I'm going to give up on him, and we're going to go back into here. I'll tell you what I will do. Oh, there we go. So we need up a little bit, but that's not a lot of health. Tell you what I would do. Let's go ahead and watch another video of my 4. Because these reset at server reset time. I am in Central Standard Time, Central Daylight Time, and so our server, this server here, resets at 7 p.m. our time right now. So after 7 p.m., I'll get 5 more ads. So we'll go ahead and just use one real quick. And I know everybody's excited about watching these ads. Not really. But they are very helpful for certain things, so just kind of bear with them. Normally we wouldn't do this, as I mentioned earlier. But since it'll reset before I make more videos and before we actually need the ads for other things, I'll go ahead and waste them now so that we can get more gold. So you can see we went from having about 1 million gold and now we've got 10 billion gold. And so we're going to upgrade here real quick so that we can get more DPS out of these guys. And then you can see he went down like a sack of bricks. So we'll go ahead and upgrade some more of these heroes. We'll buy a couple heroes so that we can get more DPS. And more quick damage. And so this is going through all of that. I bet you now we'll be able to go through and... where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Go through to that. There we go. And so click next. Takes us back to our normal progression. If we go back in here, we can go back here, and you can see what we get this time. Interesting. We didn't get an artifact that time. That's kind of odd. Alright, so here, again, we have bottles, and then we have this. This is a mine. So what you can do for this is, this will give you these gems. The best thing to do for these mines is to go ahead and put your people in there. And so this time, like after an hour, you'll get 1 gem. The good thing about these is that as you're using these mines, if you do happen to use one of the time travels, that counts towards this. So right now we have a 4-hour time travel, and so if we did time travel, then this would be over instantaneously. Now, as for the people that you put in here, you're only going to want to put people in here that you're not using as you progress, but we'll get into that later. I'll show you how that is. One of those people is Bobby. Bobby you won't really use for your progression. Bobby's a unicorn here. So I'll show you that in another video and how to effectively use these mines. But for now, we're going to skip over that. But here is another one of these little bottles. And so we'll go in here and we'll take down this magic demon ling. We get our 3 bottles. We'll click next, see if another one comes up. There's indeed another one, so we'll try to take this one down too. More bottles. Click next. And we're back into our progression. Alright, I think after this level is when we start. I think the reason why we didn't get our artifact is because we haven't beaten level 41 yet. So let's beat level 41 and see if my suspicion is correct. And after this level, we'll go ahead and end the video, and then I'll start another one for the next session. Oh, see? There you go. So for this one, it says there seems to be something wrong with the compass, and the arrow is definitely isn't pointing north. Problem is it's leading us to these drow footholds. So this is going to take us into the next episode, and after that episode, we get something really cool. So, again, it says click here, there's the episode. Okay. And so now, oh, look at this, we get a new hero dude. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to upgrade a little bit here, and upgrade down here so we get more DPS. So we can get through this quicker. Like I said before in the previous video, the episodes are kind of tiresome, but once you get through them, it gives you a really cool artifact that we'll talk about. Just checking to see if we can upgrade any of our people. See, and here's the bottom of our list of heroes that we can get. This guy, you remember earlier in the episode where I did the quest and got a shard pack. Well, those shards are for this guy. So once I get 70 shards, then I can activate this hero. But until then, it's not really going to be very helpful. And this video is going to be a little bit longer than I was hoping to do. Looks like we're into 30 minutes so far, so I hope it didn't bore you too much. Okay, see, I don't have enough damage right now to beat this, so we will deal with this episode in the next video. And I apologize for the length of this one, but stay tuned for our next video. And thanks for watching.